Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Let me know if you can hear me well. And if you don't, please do make an appointment with your ear, throat, and nose doctor. Because there might be something wrong with their ears. Anyhow, yes, I am in a goofy mood because I've been to the gym, it's a good workout, and I went to the park by the ocean where there was some kind of a, celebration thing for the summer. Another 2-3 days, they still will have it. Music, good music. It was good music, good band. So I couldn't help it. I had to shake it a little bit while I was standing watching. And then I came home and I thought maybe I have a short live stream for you guys and share a thing or two or three. Alexander Orid is here. Says, hi, Meran. How are you? I just said how I am. And how are you? Hope all is well with you. We have Miyamoto is here. Miyamoto says, thanks, Meran, for your videos and live stream. My HOCD thoughts are reducing this week. I didn't get that much HOCD thoughts. Will this thought ever end, or I need to ignore the thoughts for life? As I mentioned in writing here for you, my answer is, who cares, as long as you know the brain malfunctions, and the rest does not matter. If and whenever they show up, you do what you know you should do. According to all the stuff that Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Philipson, Dr. Jan Weiner, everybody else, and myself talk about it, you'll do what you got to do to rewire your brain, and no brainer, because you already know it's the brain, it's not you. So it doesn't matter really. But if they do show up, you don't freak out, because you know exactly you're dealing with some malfunction, and who cares? Then you do what you got to do. If they don't show up, groovy, as Austin Powers says. So either way, you're wiser, you're stronger, you know your machine better, and you don't have to worry about these things anymore, because you know how to deal with it. And that's the key to life, really, knowing how to deal with things. Otherwise, so many things can go malfunctioning, whatnot, but once you have the knowledge, then it doesn't matter anymore. Now, where was I? So we have Alexander, who just talked about that. So what? 1R3U? What the hell is that? So hello, sir. Hello, 1R3U. And to me, it says male 22 India. All right. Says Alexander Orid says, how to calm the amygdala from brain false messages which causes panic attack. Well, first of all, you got to be able to understand a neurotransmitter GABA is responsible for intrusive thoughts, in management of intrusive thoughts. So how to increase GABA is lots of meditation is great. Things that you love to do brings your full attention to that one thing, which is a sort of meditation. Mind, what is the word for it? Blacked out this way. Mindful exercises, things that you like to do. Like, you can have mindful exercises and everything. It doesn't have to be a particular exercise. Oh, this is for mindful No. Mindful exercises, like when you're drinking tea, your full focus is about the aroma, the taste, the fact that you're drinking tea, what cup it is, what kind of tea it is, and your senses is here. You're alert to savor it. Be one with the tea as it goes down, and see how it warms you up. It's a whole different experience of drinking tea when you just simply down it like you're just thirsty, you just went down it. That's when the mind is not involved in what you're doing. That's when mind and body are separated. When mind and body are separated, they're not coordinated. Therefore, your balance is not there. Your balance is not there. The neurotransmitters are not secreted as they should, because they only do when there are certain conditions are present. And one of those conditions to have GABA neurotransmitter to be secreted more is when you have mindful exercise, meditation. And this mindful exercises, anything you do, full attention into it. And then you got it. And of course, what else did you ask? From brain false messages, which causes panic. No, you panic because you're interpreting it in a way that stimulates the amygdala, because amygdala is responsible to keep you safe and alert you, alarm you. So when you allow interpretation of some sort that would bring the attention of amygdala to do what it does, to alarm and alert you, well, then you may panic. But when you send the message, translate it, and let that amygdala know that in the present moment, there are no danger. It's a thought. When you compare what it was, what it is, what it could be, and if that's unfavorable to you, then you have created a reality in a virtual world, in a thought world, in a time and space that doesn't exist. You've gone into memory, compared something that you prefer to be or as it was with what it is right now, which you're really bypassing it and worrying about what it could be, which due to the wrong translation or not interpreting properly, the amygdala has created this alarm that what if it's this or that, which causes you to believe a non-truthful thing, non-actual thing, as if it's actual. Then you go haywire. And that's the panic attack. So when you want to do a panic attack, or you're very anxious that it could lead to that, first thing you do, you focus on something that is happening in the present moment. Why? Because the reason you're about to have a panic attack is because you're not in the present moment. You have gone and accepted an illusion, something that doesn't exist, is in the memory as an actuality. A virtuality, a thought, an image, a possibility, you have accepted that doesn't exist as an actuality. For that reason, you got to get yourself out of that virtuality, out of that illusion, and don't give in to it to be an actual thing, and in fact become one with what really is actual at that moment. So you need to have something be happening in that moment, to focus on it, to attach yourself, to bring yourself out of the thought, out of the memory, into the actuality. What is that is happening all the time in the present moment? What is that one thing that is happening all the time in the present moment, that if you focus on it, you will always be in the present moment, and you will be saving yourself from a tunnel of past, somewhere that doesn't exist, and you cannot get caught or stuck in there, because you'll always pull you back to the actuality. What is that thing that could be your anchor to the present moment actuality all the time, any moment? Breathing. You focus on feeling the movement of air into your nostrils. Feel it caressing your nose coming in. Feel the motion of its movement, and feel how it's filling you up, and follow it as you breathe in to where it goes, and follow it backward as it exhales. Stay with it. When you go in, and when you go out, come out. When you go in, when you go out, it's a new one. Come out. In, out. Stay with it. See it. Feel it. Enjoy it. And stay with that. And that is happening in the present moment. So your mind, will come into the present moment where your body is. And then you will have natural coordination of mind and body. When mind and body is together, you will not panic. You only panic when you separate, you allow. your brain, your thoughts separate you from your physical being. Your physical being is here in the present moment, is in actuality. Is it not in virtuality? It is not in virtuality. What separates itself, which is supposed to be with your body, in actuality, is the other part of our life, the mind. So when you can anchor the mind, which in this case I'm calling mind and brain the same, but they're two different things. If you anchor yourself from into the present moment using your focus on your breathing, then it will take you out and doesn't let the mind to be separated from the body. When they're together, you're one with the nature, you're one with the universe, and nothing can give you panic because you're so confident and you're so powerful because you know you have a backing of the nature, and the nature is happening in the moment, and in the moment there's nothing you can see, there's nothing happening. Panic attack only happens in the mind when you believe that suggestion or that possibility, when you compare what it was to what it could be, and none of it is real. What it was doesn't exist, is dead. What it could be is not even here. The time and space of it is not even here. So you're comparing two non-existent things from what it was to what it could be, and you panic. And you forget about the fact that you're here in the neutral zone. Nothing's happening here. It's all safe. So anchor yourself to that breathing. Stay focused on that. You'll stay here and you see, I'm good. I'm good. And of course, you can fire that up or crank it up by 2 double breaths. I mean, 1 breath for anxiety to bring it to pretty much 0 by breathing in deep and breathing another one on top of it, waiting a few seconds and exhaling it and focusing on that, what you're doing. So focus on this. Then breathe normally when it finishes. And when you're exhaling, as if you can see it. When you're inhaling, see it, feel it, and inhale double, see it, feel it, hold, focus on it, where it is, and you're holding it. And then exhale and see it, feel it, traveling outwardly, and go with it where it goes. And when you're done with it, you breathe normally. And that brings you back from anxiety to neutral. And that already defeats the possibility of panic attack. And if it does want to go that way, which it wouldn't, you do what I just told you. Focus on breathing constantly. Breathing in, breathing out. Focus on my breathing. Focus it. In, out. Stay with it. Stay with it. And then you come out of that fictional point in time, in the virtuality of the past or the future. You'll be in the present moment. When you're in the present moment, there's no panic attack because the thoughts are gone. Panic attack is a thought-driven thing. It's not a real thing. Otherwise, if it was an attack, you would be doing something. And when you're doing something for an attack, a real attack, you won't panic because you're busy doing, defending, doing whatever you got to do. People panic attack when there is no danger. If there is a danger, you won't panic. You're too busy firing your gun. If it's a war or defending yourself, you're fighting. There's no time to panic. So whenever you have anxiety or whenever you have panic attack, you can be damn sure that you're safe. Why? Because if there was a real danger, you would not panic. You would be busy. So if you panic or have anxiety, you can be damn sure everything is okay because nothing has happened. You're just worried about if it would happen. That's why you panic attack. That's why you have anxiety. And that should give you the information that, hey, if I'm anxious, if I'm panicking, that means everything is safe because nothing has happened. If it did, I'd be busy dealing with it. So on that note, let's go on to Jesse. Jesse, it's been a long time, dear. Where have you been? Jesse says, hi, Meran. Long time no see. Hope you're feeling happy and alive. Well, I am alive, I guess. And I try to be happy. How have you been, dear? It's been a long time. AI or Al says, me Disculpo, no sé inglés, ni sé escribirlo. Okay, now if you help me out and tell me what language they read. Neither you can speak it nor you can write it. Huh? Is that what you're saying? Scriblo. I just need to know what language so I can maybe use a Google translator and ask and answer your questions. Steven says, hello, Mehran. Steven, male, 42, Los Angeles. Steven says, at work tonight and not in good mood at all. What else is new, Steven? I miss how my life was. Steven, honest to God, if I ever see you, I won't be beating you on your head with the ugly stick. I would actually probably shove it into your stomach or something. I'm just because nobody can help you if you don't choose to help yourself. If you don't want to be helped, it's no different than everybody says to you, hey, that cup of tea is poison in it. And say, but I like tea. But that one has poison in it. But I like tea. I can't stop myself. And then you drink it and say, I just like the way my life was. Well, we all told you fucking don't drink that tea. Put that tea down. And we're telling you, stop bullshitting yourself. Stop choosing to be between that piece of shit pussy that you're constantly thinking it was the world, that you came in this world to conquer and flourish in it and survive in it. You're being an asshole. You really are disgracing yourself by thinking that one relationship, one woman was the entirety of your experience in this life. And that's why you have been born. To be betrayed by a woman who's not behaving well. And you just don't have the balls to appreciate so many other wonderful women out there. And you hung up on this one. I mean, if she was really a gorgeous thing, I was okay, at least, you hung up on something. Gorgeous. None of that exists in her. And her attitude is shitty too. And she cheated on you as well. What the fuck you think you are that you're so thinking low of yourself? And you want how my life was? Everybody who is not you would say, I'm so happy that my life is not what it used to be with that woman. And I'm going to go and find another. If that didn't work, another. If that didn't work, another. And then what you're going to do if that didn't work? Another. Life doesn't end with one relationship or two or three or 10 that it did or didn't work. It doesn't become flourished and fulfilled if your relationship works and everything else is falling apart. Your job, your everything, your self-confidence, everything. You're just, what do you want, dear? And if she's not really compatible with you, but you can't see it because you don't want to see it. You're just so lazy to go introduce yourself to another woman and see if they qualify or you qualify for them. That's being a little pussy. Get up, put your shoes on, put your clothes on, look yourself well and take care of yourself and go meet other ones and see what story they have to tell you. What's their life's been like, what they have learned, what you can learn from them, what they can learn from you, what you can share. You're stuck on this thing, and this thing was nothing to write home about. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't think the ugly stick will do anything for you. I don't know. Anyhow, your sessions have been doubled now. You're too difficult a client. It's like somebody wants to pull you out of a hole that you're drowning, and you keep saying, no, but it's warm here, it's cold. You're drowning. It's oil, or it's chemical, or it's quicksand. It's pulling you down. But it's warm and cozy here. Well, get the fuck out and go dry yourself, clean yourself, and then go somewhere cozy. Cozy is out there as well. You don't have to be laying in that dangerous situation just because you're used to it now. All right. At work tonight, not a good mood. I miss how my life is. Okay. Also, I don't think I'm fully happy with my job. Night shift. I mean, honestly, you strike me as a person who can do things, who can accomplish things, who can advance. Yet you're behaving as if everything is supposed to be handed to you without experience. Well, you're there for what, 6 months? You're supposed to show yourself and gain experience and gain expertise, and you're getting much better than the first day, but you're never happy about what you're accomplishing. You're always thinking that it should be easier. I should be not here. I'm not happy. If your reason for not being happy is not remedied by having something to eat and a place to sleep and having, a roof over your head and also comfortable in your, provisions, that's basics of life, which most people, 90% of people don't really have that much. And you can't remedy your unhappiness. Your happiness is conditional to more money, better job, easier job, and some unworthy babe to be beside you, regardless of what she is, what compatibility level you guys have or not. I mean, that's unreasonable expectations, isn't it? You got to fix your here. There's nothing wrong with your life. Everything actually is good. You just happen to want to see it all as if it's doom and gloom. That's the problem. The problem is not that that girl left. That girl did not deserve to be with you for a day. But you don't have respect for yourself, so you allow any dickhead or shithead come and just make it look like as, oh my goodness, I found the dream woman. Okay. So, having said that, just get off your ass, do your job, stop complaining about your job. I'm not happy with my job. What the fuck did you want to do? Be a what? Supervisor of the hospital? Slowly. Can you not find things that makes you happy in this life? Can you not really focus on anything that actually is good in your life? Everything is bad just because that piece of shit has left you? Jesus, what gives? I have a job interview next week at a different hospital closer to my home. Okay, fine. As long as it's not a lateral move. I mean, if it's same or higher, it's okay. But lower, no. You got to challenge yourself. You got to come out of your comfort zone. The reason that you're dissatisfied in life, because you're always in your fucking comfort zone, then you don't get what you really want because you're in your comfort zone. You don't want to move your ass. You don't want to get a better girlfriend. You don't want to get a better job. You don't want to do your job well to advance in it. It's all out of your comfort zone. So you want to be there in your comfort zone, but you want things that you have to go out of your comfort zone to get it, but you don't want to go. You just want the stuff to come back into your comfort zone. It won't happen. So get off your ass, do your job better. You can get advanced to the same hospital. You don't like it, same kind of a movement, same kind of a level of, echelon of the work in a different hospital. Okay, go get it. But make a move. Go find a new girlfriend. Go do things. Stop thinking and living in your head. That's not a reality. It's bullshit. It brings you down. That's why you're not happy, because you're constantly fucking in your head and wishing something that doesn't exist and it wasn't worth to be with you and to continue that. And yet you're just thinking about that. Why? Because you got used to it. Your habit and your dopamine has become some piece of shit that wasn't really qualified just to be around so you can text and say, hi, honey, and then, see all the differences that you have with each other. But yet you just don't want to go out of your comfort zone to find something new, develop and build something new. But you want it just so that you can do your own shit. Even the difficulties and the challenges and the mind-bending things that you're going through, you want to be there because it's comfortable. You don't have to do anything more. So it's on you. Night shift is getting to me, I think. Not working in the same area each time, and different people, plus not having my ex. Oh God, I wish at least you wouldn't have put that thing. Plus not having my ex to talk to. Jesus Christ, what a pussy have you become? As long as you're a pussy, no real good pussy will come to you. Real good pussy wants a nice dick. Don't want another pussy around. And you're just needy. No girl of good quality, when they find out you're so needy and dependent on a little text and a hugging, they won't. They want somebody that they would miss and put their head on their shoulder. They don't want a man who's going to put his head on their shoulder all the time. Sometimes it's okay, but not all the time. So you got to figure this out, man. The loneliness currently feel heightened with all of this. There is no loneliness. You create that loneliness. You're not lonely. You're a good guy. You've got talents. You've got education. You got a good job. Got people that one day you tell me this one and that one smiled at me and they obviously remember my name, so they knew me. All that shit you say, and then at the same time you forget it and you go into the ass of that piece of shit that didn't worth it, and you already tried it, didn't work. Well, for what reason you give her value when she's gone and cheated on you and come back again, and then you take her back again? I mean, you're fucked up. You have no standards and you expect to have a high standard life. It won't happen. If the ingredients of what you're building, the building that you're ingredients, if the ingredients of the building that you're constructing is of paper or bullshit, well, it crumbles all the time. You can't rely on it. But that's what you want. You want it to be not a good ingredient, but it should be reliable. They can build a high rise. Well, that's your thinking. So hopefully I get my life back on track. You won't. You won't get your life back on track as long as you're such a pussy like you are right now. You don't want to get your life back. You just want to. That's exactly what you want. Your life back. Not your like front and forward, something better. You want that back. As long as your level expectations is that's all you're going to get. Not a good life. So you change your thought, change your feelings, focus on something better, expect more, and don't go get it. Now you just save yourself about $100 because you were going to have a consultation with me on Sunday. You don't need to now. I gave you the shit that I would have given you then. So now I saved you some money. Anish Shreshtia. Oops, did I butcher it? Shreshta. Okay, Anish Shreshta. It's a tongue twist. So, sir, how to cope up with jealousy and insecurity in a relationship? My girlfriend has a male friend around in her college. I know she should has a personal space. She should have a personal space, and she's very loyal. But sometimes I feel jealous. Well, you feel jealous. That's on you. If she hasn't done anything, she doesn't show any interest in them, and she's still friend with them, well, that's up to her. I personally don't really, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I personally don't believe that when a woman or a man are in a serious relationship, a woman needs to know that any friend, male friend that she has, especially if she's good looking, they're not there to be a friend. They're there to find an opening, a possibility, a chance to hit on her. They're there to say, I'm here, I'm in line. If it's possible, I want to get between your legs. That's why they're there. Otherwise, she should not even want to be more than a classmate with them, like friend. What friend for? You got a boyfriend. So what do you want? Don't you know why men are around you? There is no man ever, no real man ever, that wants to be friend with a pretty girl if he wants to be around them. He's there to get a relationship going, to have sex with her eventually. That's the hope. They may behave very gentlemanly, but that's the hope. And if she continues it, eventually there could be some opening, some moment, some whatever. She could be having an argument with you and the other guy is right there, and she could feel like to confide with him, and eventually then she's now facing with, now she got to lie to you or somehow justify it. Oh, it happened. I didn't know. This is what I've heard from many of my clients. I really didn't make it happen. What happened? You slipped and you done? No, it's because you allowed these people to stay friend with you when you're in a relationship. So when you're in a relationship, there shouldn't be any real friendship between you and a guy, especially if you're good looking. I mean, there's no other reason why the guy wants to be around you when they know you have a boyfriend. Why are they around you? Why do they want to do things with you? Why do they want to help you? Why do they want to serve you? Why do they want to be around you? What for? Whether you have a boyfriend or not, they're there because they're hoping. And when you do have a boyfriend, they're still around, you're allowing them to be around. That's not the right thing. Now, if they're classmates, well, they're classmates. I mean, everybody, there's other people around, but doesn't mean she's having any interest in them. But if she's friendly, texting and going places or studying together, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And if she wants to continue that, you better separate from her. Says, okay, fuck off. Go find those other guys. I mean, nobody's stupid anymore. And the funny thing is that the girls always pick on the guys when they have a female friend, and they're right. Because why are you around the female friend if that female is pretty? You want to, do something eventually, even though you have a girlfriend. But if they themselves have a friend who's a man, so what are you talking about? Why are you so jealous? Well, you want the attention from other men, but you actually frown upon, and you know better when it comes to your boyfriend having a female friend. But you don't want to pay attention that it's worse when there are guys around you, because guys are the ones who actually going to approach and hoping for something sexual. It's just double standard there. All right, let's move on to Shubham Bansal says, sir, if we have positive thoughts every time we will get positivity everywhere, and we'll get positivity from everything. And if we have negative thoughts every time, we'll get negativity. Is it true? Oh, it's very romantic, and that's what one would like to think. But if you're positive, that means you're hopeful and you do your best. But you can't just be positive, which is sometimes same as being ignorant. Like, there's danger in that dark alley, but I'm going to be positive. Nothing's going to happen to me. I'll just go with my, pocket full of money. I'll be positive. That's bullshit. You got to make the right judgment. You got to make the best thinking. You got to, think deep about what the situation is and make the best judgment you can with the information available to you. That's being positive, and being positive is good. But you got to do all the right things. Not just if I think positive, everything happens to me positively. And if I think negative, everything happens. Yes, true. But beyond being positive, you got to do what it takes to get that, whatever it is you want to bring to fruition, comes to fruition. And it's not just about being positive and hopeful and then, things will work out for you. Yes, it's good to be positive, but you got to put the work in. You can't not study and be positive. Oh, it'll be okay. The test will be okay. I'll have the questions would be something that I would know. That's not being positive. It's stupid. Do the work and be positive. Yes. Coach, my question is, before your question, 1R3U, I need to know your gender, age, where you're tuning in from. Every one of you. None of you have given it to me other than Stephen. So, Anish, I want to know how old you are, what your gender is, and where you're tuning in from. Shubham, the same. And 1R3U, the same. I'll get back to you as soon as I have that. Everybody the same. We have Grey Jedi Serena. I just scrolled up and I saw that we have a super chat. Well, thank you very much, Serena. Very gracious of you. You always embarrass us and help the channel. I appreciate that. And she says, about to be completely out of debt by December. Wonderful. Trying to figure how to save money to start saving for retirement. Excellent. I'm 33 and feel so behind on saving. Well, don't panic. So one of the safest thing you can do is just call one of these insurance companies and see what compounding program they have that you pay, let's say, I don't know, $150 or $200 a month. And they invest that, and there's a certain kind of a risk or guaranteed. You got to figure out what guarantee they have. Usually in these sort of things, within 20 years or so, you may end up having $500,000-$600,000, depending what the rate is, depending what they give you. But you make that investment. If you put it in the bank, you pretty much, it's something, but you get nothing, because until it accumulates to be a few $100,000, the interests are so low. Usually, even if it's high, it's going to be very little, unless you've got so much money sitting in the bank that those interests will really be good. If you've got a few $1 million sitting in the bank, great. The interest will be enough to feed you the rest of your life. But if you don't, then you got to accumulate that. So for that, you might want to choose one of these programs that they have. Many different insurance companies have different products, and you got to let them do their spiel and present to you a bunch of them, and to see which one really is safer and gives you more yield over and how many years when it becomes mature, and make sure that even if you don't die in 30 years or 40 years or 20 years, whenever, you can still cash it. Not that it's only payable when you're no longer here to your, to your inheritance. I mean, to people that you leave your inheritance for. So figure out what they say, study it well, and then decide on that kind of a investment, because usually they invest that themselves in some kind of a fund that is a accumulation or gathering of, I don't know, hundreds of stocks or commodities that as a collective of investment of all the money that they get from people, and they have experts that they do these investments, and there's a yield coming back, and you would have a portion of that because your money has gone into that particular program. So look it up and see what's available. I'm sure that it'll be not bad. Usually they have paid good amounts. It could come down, but it'll go back up again. That's how stocks are. And these people don't want to lose. Why? Because if they make money for you, they get a good percentage, because they're investing your money and millions of other people's money which could be millions of dollars, they're investing, and what they invest, a certain yield that comes back, they take some of that percentage for them. And they only, let's say if there's 8% or 10% coming back, they take about 4% of it. So they are making sure that they make money with all these investments. So naturally, you're using their expertise, they're using your money, you're using their expertise, and it's usually is a safe investment. But do your own studies. Don't take my word for it, because who knows which company it is and what programs they have, what experts they have, if they, But generally, these big insurance companies, they invest. If they are legitimate and you do your studies, make sure they're the reputable old companies, then that could be maybe in 20, 30 years, you'll have a few $100,000 sitting in the bank for you without you having not to be here to cash it. You can just cash it. And it should be cashable anytime, but don't cash it. Just leave it there. Some money, some amount that you can afford it. Not that after a few years, I can't afford the $200 a month or $300 a month. Don't make it so small contribution, and don't make it so big that you can't continue, because you can't stop paying it, then you'll lose it. So then you have to cash it, and then you lose all the accumulated amounts and so on. And so the program is messed up. All right, hope that will help you out. And again, thank you for the super chat. And we have Alexander. Okay, Miyamoto says, I don't know. I sent you super chat of some sense money has been deducted, but it's not showing here. It's not showing here. Okay. Well, it may be. Oh, here it is. No, it's not. Okay. Well, maybe it wasn't super chat. It was chat. Okay. Otto Gepko says, tell it as it is, Mariano. Okay, Otto. Don't forget, Otto, I need to know everyone's age, gender, where you're tuning in from. Please let me know. It tells me a little bit about you guys. Let me see if 1R3U has responded to my request. 1R3U says, I already have given gender age. Have you? Let me look at it. I didn't find any. Where is it then? Hansme. Oh, you had earlier. Oh, there it is. 1R3U, male, 32, India. Okay, thank you for that. It says, how to comb the... Oh, we talked about that. Oh, okay. So it's the second question, all right? 22 male, okay. It says, Coach, my question is, how do I stop feeling this nihilistic way about life? I'm young and I should be full of hope and whatever other positivity word I can't see the rest of it. Let's see if I can. Okay, where was I? Feeling a nihilistic way about life. I'm young and I should be full of hope and whatever other positivity word there is, but I'm not. Is there anything more to life than working, being disappointed with people, and then dying? Well, what do you think life is? You thought life is heaven, like you're coming here to have fun and everything is prepared for you? What's the purpose of life? Purpose of life is to go through this experience, this journey, to find the purpose of life. You don't know the purpose of life. It's not told to you, so you can't guess it. That it's all meaningless. Why am I here? I have to work and eat and then die. Well, if that's what you think, then that's what it is. But it's not what it is. You're working so you can have comfort and time so you can learn things that you want to do and learn. You're not here to work and make money and die. You have to work because you got to eat. And once your tummy is full, then you got to be at the same time learning things and experiencing things that you want to learn and want to experience. So through which you learn the purpose of this life was for me to be interested in something that I want to learn, investigate, explore, experiment, and then add to the knowledge of the Akashic knowledge of the universe, Akashic library, the intelligence of the universe as a whole. Think of ourselves, every one of us, as the tentacles of the universe. Through the experiences that we go through life and experiences that we have, what we learn and research and what we go through, hardship, softship, whatever the hell it is, these tentacles, each one of us, will accumulate wisdom, learns a certain art, trade, technology, wisdom, secrets that it was not known to you. And through this knowledge, we, tentacles of the universe, we are wisening and expanding the knowledge and wisdom of the universe. Where do you think universe gets its knowledge and know-how? Most are already there somehow, but probably through the billions of years of having tentacles go through experience of life, learning things, and through what they go through and learn and accomplish, then the information goes to Akashic library, which is the wisdom of the universe. So the hardship that I go through, how I deal with it, how I manage it, it helps the universe to become wiser through my little experiences. But there are billions and billions of years and billions of people who do these things, and all these little experiences is actually giving all that wisdom that the universe has, in my opinion, plus all the wisdom that the universe was given as the organization of the universe that has created everything and has this wisdom already. But there's so much more even for universe to know, and it's using us as part of itself. We are part of the universe. We get our confidence and knowledge and hopes from this universe. The universe hasn't left us alone. We're part of it. Together, we're growing with all the shit that we go through and all the garbage and the traitors and bastards in this world, such as the ones that we are facing with different prime ministers of different countries and different traitors in the world, different people who want to control us all. All that is learning process, how to deal with it, manage it. And the universe is going to help us also to be able to become wiser in knowing what the hell is going on, and perhaps itself learn something through what we're going on. That's the way you should look at it. So you have a place and you have a reason to be here. You're one of the puzzles of this universe. Every one of us have a role to do. What I do here, without knowing any one of you anywhere in the world, is affecting your lives. And every one of you, every single one of you, with every question, every experience you're going through, it helps me somehow in the way of my wisdom, understanding, my livelihood. I may not even know someone somewhere in Japan or China or India or wherever. But whatever I do, even drinking this tea right now, there is going to be an effect of it to someone somewhere in the world. I don't know how. Well, this tea probably comes from India or China. So me doing what I'm doing, liking tea or whatever it is else that I'm doing, I'm somehow affecting somebody else's life. So we're all connected. So if you think that being connected to everything, that means you have no meaning of this life, then think again, because if you're not there, one connection is not there, one connection less, universe becomes less fortunate, less powerful, and not so balanced and not so functioning perfectly, because every one of us have a job. We're filling a hole. We're filling a job. We're keeping this whole universe balanced with what we contribute, with what we need, with what we give, with what we supply to people who need it, and so on and so forth. And the energy that is made us, everything you do, that energy affects somebody else, somewhere else in the world, because the energy doesn't have boundaries. So, don't you think there's a lot more than what you see? So it's not the fact that the life is meaningless and hope and so on. It's just the amount of the abilities and possibilities and the hopefulness that you see is limited. Not that the world doesn't have meanings or purpose or hopes. You just don't see it because you're not really using your knowledge and capabilities to build anything out of this life. What do you care why you're here? The other end of it is, what do you care? Don't you want to live? Don't you want to enjoy that beautiful food? Don't you want to enjoy that beautiful girl? Don't you want to get to know her? Don't you want to learn something that you do as a profession? Don't you want to create something? Don't you want to have amazing possibilities for travel and experience all those things? Meet with people, brainstorm, develop something, learn something? We're going to die someday anyhow. So what's a rush? But you have to be less hopeful. Hopeful for what? Like if you are not hopeful, something's going to go wrong, you live your life. Enjoy the basics of life and get up in the morning, enjoy the sunshine, go play, enjoy. We're here for some reason. If you don't know the reason, doesn't mean you shouldn't be here. You just don't know the reason. Well, live until you know the reason why I was here. Right now, you don't know. If you're supposed to know everything before you actually exercise it and go through the journey, then why the hell are you born if you're supposed to do everything? If you're supposed to know everything? You come here to know what this is all about. And you say, well, I'm here. I don't know what it's all about, so why am I here? Well, if you knew why you were here, why would you be here? The fact that you don't know, you're given the opportunity to go through this life and find out, what is it all about? You have a lifetime to learn what this life is all about, why we were here, why we are here. Did you enjoy the trip? Did you enjoy the journey? Did you feel and find some wonderful people give you the emotion that enlightens your life, and by giving them service, making them happy and safe, perhaps that's the purpose of your life. But you haven't found those people yet. You haven't found the love and emotion that you want to give someone or something, a cause, a person. And then you will know, I don't need to ask what the purpose of life is. I know. I don't care what the purpose is. The fact that I have this opportunity to give this food to this dog, this food to this child of mine, this time that I can spend with anything, but I want to spend it with my child, to raise him or her, or with this woman that I love, to secure her. All that becomes the purpose of your life without anybody tell you, or you figure it out. When your emotions and your actions and your experience already shows you, tells you, that's why I'm here. For that moment, you continue the journey and see when that moment of eureka comes together. If he expects to know everything already, then he wouldn't be born, because nobody knows at the time of birth why they're here. They're not told. They're here to find out. So go find out. Stop bitching. Enjoy your life. All right. All right, all right, all right. Obama, your mama, 18. Says male, 34 years old, Tampa. 34 years old, Tampa, Florida. Ah, the freedom country. How do you deal with loneliness? I don't. Because there is no loneliness. I'm part of the whole. What's there to be lonely? I've got you guys. I've got things I want to write. I want things that I want to defend. I want things that I want to enjoy. Why should I be lonely? Loneliness is when you condition your happiness and not loneliness to some things other than you. When you allow other things to draw the drawings that you should have the brush in your hand and draw, when you give the brush to somebody else to draw it for you, then you feel lonely. When you allow that other things to be the reason for you not being lonely, then you become lonely when they're not available. But when you become one with yourself and happy with yourself and be initiator of activities and projects and things that you want to accomplish and learn in this life, you're not lonely, you're busy. But you're lonely because you have allowed other things, pleasures, to give you happiness. Pleasure does not give you happiness. Pleasure is acquirable. Pleasure is individual. You can buy it. Pleasure is dopamine, and dopamine is addictive. So the more pleasure you seek, the more addicted you get to that pleasure. But happiness is serotonin. Happiness is contentment. When you get happy, you can't be happier. You'll always remain happy. You don't want to go become happier because you're just happy in that what you have created. So you got to understand there's a difference between pleasure and happiness. And if you condition your happiness to more pleasure, and that's why you think, I don't have enough pleasure, therefore I am lonely, well, that's on you. But that's a mistake. Pleasure does not lead to happiness. The more pleasure you want, the less happy you are. But the happier you are is you don't need anything. You cut off all the other conditions for you to be happy. So having said that, let's move on to Stephen says, thank you, Mehran. Yes, it's all in my head. Yes, it is. But I want to get off night shift. Though, yes, you can, and why not? But try. Maybe if you didn't get that interview, don't lose hope. Talk to the supervisors of your section. Say, look, I can't take the night shift anymore, and I would like to be given a day shift. Is it possible? Because if that's not, I would have to look for another job. I've had enough night shifts, and I don't want it. Look, often when you say like this to the supervisors, and if they're happy with you, which I think they are because you're a good person and you're conscientious, and obviously you do a good job, but when you really focus on it, and if you're not distracted with bullshit that you were just giving me, then they'll want to keep you. So they'll give you some shift. But as long as you say nothing, nobody's going to say, well, it says, oh, nobody wants a night shift, so he's not saying anything. So maybe that works for him, so let him have it. They're not going to come and say, hey, you've been such a good employee, we want to give you the day shift. Forget the night shift. No, you got to ask for it. So go make an appointment, ask for it. And Jesse says, 28, female, Netherlands. Thank you for that. Says, I'm in a crossroad of life at the moment and struggle to make choices and take action. Doubting about my relationship, house, little daylight, which makes me sad, and job. I feel insecure. Your answers on Stephen is relevant to my situation too. I'm as well too much in my head. And Stephen says, thank you, Mehran. You've always been there for me. And 1R3 uses, sir, girls these days keep backup guys and call them friends. They're potential lovers, nothing else. There you go. Says, I already have given genders. Oh, okay, I got it. And Miyamoto says, are you a millionaire? No, of course not. With all these super chats, I mean, it'll take a while to be a millionaire. I mean, probably another million years. I shouldn't have said that. But hey, why not? But I have to admit, look, the content in this channel is second to none. I don't think you can get this content any other channel ever. But that's me. I am unknown, unappreciated. Only sometimes. And Steven says, Mayron, last night I was looking back at a picture from a few years ago. Don't make me throw up again. Don't talk to me about that girl anymore. Honestly, fuck. And I'm not going to give you this time here for free. You got to go spend some money and make an appointment for a Skype consultation. I'm not going to turn this into a consultation for you. God damn it, you cheap ass. Abusing my services. Okay. Yeah. All three of them are passed away, and my parents are so much older. It makes me, you're constantly, counting time. Oh, a minute passed. I'm 1 minute older, and I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not married. I don't have children. No, what the fuck? Who needs a negative person? You got a machine that's constantly trying to beat you down and make you unhappy and dissatisfied because you're constantly thinking that once I get there, a condition for me to be happy is if I have this or that, a wife, children, and then my parents will see that I'm already flourishing. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Fuck it. Fuck all of it. It's giving you anxiety, pressure, and you can't even choose the right girl when you're constantly focusing on the end result. I gotta be married. I gotta have children because my parents are getting old. So what is it gonna tell you? It's like you're saying, I want something sweet. I want something sweet. I don't care what. I gotta have something sweet. Well, that's the time you really don't care about the quality of the ice cream or the chocolate or whatever. You just take any shit that they give you. Why? Because you're focusing on having something sweet, not a quality, delicious things that is also sweet. Same thing. I'm gonna have a wife and a children. My parents are getting old, so I'm just scared. So you're gonna end up with some garbage like that, which you're gonna be kicking yourself for the piece of shit that is left your life, and still think of it highly. Why? Because you're focusing on the end result, on your need. You are constantly focusing on your need, and you judge every experience you have in your life. If it was giving you a chance to get closer to your need, to your desire, not that if it was qualified to be part of your desire making. That's what's happening with you. So everything to you has to be rushed. Why? Because you have created a rush in yourself. You're not relaxed. You're not seeing anything. You're just going to a store, closing your eyes, grabbing things because I need this, I need that. I don't care what. I just need to buy. No, you need to buy quality. Anyhow, I've said enough. $100. You send it. God damn it. You get me going, and I just spill all the secrets of life. All right. And Steven says, also, Maren, I'm glad you went live. Yeah, I know, because it's saving you fucking few dollars, you cheap ass. Anchor Bora says hello. And says, sir, I try to ignore these HOCD. I didn't tell you to ignore. I told you to do something with it. And those some things are the 4 steps of Dr. Schwartz. And I've explained, I've made the fucking video for you guys to know what these 4 steps are, how to deal with them, how to use them to rewire your brain. It's not about ignoring only. Ignoring is a short version of saying that you got to recognize them, relabel them, reframe them, refocus, and reevaluate. And that I have explained the whole 4 steps for you. But just saying ignore, it doesn't seem like you really understand what you should do. Because if you want to ignore, you just say, oh, I'm not paying attention to what? To that. Well, then you're not ignoring it. But it's supposed to be interpreted to you what it is, then reframe it, meaning I'm feeling anxious now. You just explained it. Now, am I really anxious or feel anxious? Is there something bad happening or feel something's bad happening? That's reframing it. And then you now that have recognized that this is a fictitious, this is something that is just there, it's got no validity really, it's not no importance. You interpreted it and you opened it up, you explained it to yourself, said, is it really something wrong or I feel something wrong? So you realize it's just a bogus thought, and then you refocus. Once you have recognized that there's nothing here, refocus from this negative situation to something positive, even drinking tea, something that it would be positive for you, whatever it is, toward accomplishing what you set out to accomplish that day, or listening to some music, or, drinking your tea. Then the brain automatically revalues when these things show up. So it naturally rewires itself not to pay attention to them when they show up. Not that you have to do it. All 3 steps will happen automatically. The 4 steps, the brain does the job, reevaluates and says, okay, so bullshit. But it doesn't tell you, it just makes you feel that, I know that, I don't. It doesn't create the need for you to investigate, data hunt, or pay attention to it. It creates a certain automatic way, just like caudate nucleus is supposed to do in a striatum in basal ganglia midbrain. It kind of rewires it, makes it function again as it was before it malfunctions. So I've said too much now. All right. And 1R3U says, but then again, what is the point of finding the purpose in life? Why are you here then? If you're not here to find, why are you in this room? If you don't have anything to do in this room, find something to do, then you have a purpose. So the purpose is not going to be given to you. You create the purpose. You find what is it that you want to learn in this world? What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you want to do? What is it that you think has got value? And what is it that you want to give that value by becoming an expert in that? That's your purpose. But you're supposed to find that. You're not going to give you a purpose. You don't seem to think it through. You're only thinking about being negative in order to be lazy and not to go through the most beautiful experience that God or your heavens or your universe can ever bestow upon us and give us that opportunity. Instead, you just wanted to put the most delicious food in front of you and say, what's the purpose of this being delicious? Well, you can have shit off the horse. That'll keep you going. It's got hay in it. Why not? But if you want good quality, tasty thing and to have your life with style, then you'll find your purpose and go through developing things and contributing to the world, wisdom, technology, leave something behind and be happy and enjoy doing that through your life. Find something that you enjoy, then life will have purpose. And I'm not talking about the smoking drug or weed. I'm talking about find something that you enjoy to accomplish, to learn, to advance, to contribute, to make life for yourself or others easier, better, safer. And that will give you the purpose and satisfaction that I'm here to do. Some human being wants to serve. Human being wants to be contributing positively, wants to make people's life safer, more comfortable, more valuable, wants to add value to things that as they are, wants to advance things, make things better. Find what it is that you want to make better, including yourself, your own psyche to begin with. All right, easy to be negative, easy to doubt everything and put this in. What the power comes from when you actually want to accomplish something, right? And if you have more problem, talk to a psychologist. Otherwise, you simply just, break your own spirit for no reason. Maybe, you just want to look into that. Angkor Bora says, sir, I try to ignore the HOCD thoughts as much as possible, but they come strong because you're not really paying attention to what this is all about. You just think, unless it doesn't show up, then my life is miserable. No, you're supposed to teach it how it should function, the brain, so it will not show up as much. The more attention you pay to it, it comes stronger. What do you think the fucking thought is going to do? It comes stronger. Well, you're going to kill you? It's a thought. It's a thought. But it has made you believe it's got more power than it ever has. So you're scared of it. Oh, such a thought showed in my head. So I might be that. And I don't want to be that. No, you're not. You live by your choices and vetoes, not by thoughts and images and suggestions of the brain. If you understand that, you understand the brain, it's got no power. It's all talk and bullshit. Conditioning since childhood. That brain is smart, intelligent. No, brain is fucking nothing smart about it. It's a machine, makes thoughts. Anything you put in it uses, it makes thoughts. That's it. But some of them are negative, most of them, many of them negative. And you say, oh, because it made a negative thought, that's about me. No, it just means the brain is just fucked up as everybody's brain is. It's a work in progress. That's the psyche that we end up having. All right, guys, 1 hour and 17 minutes. I think we've discussed everyone's question here. And again, thank you for the ones who gave us help the channel with Super Chat. Well, the ones is not. Thank you, Serena, because that's the only one. And I appreciate all of you being here. I hope I helped you guys with, sorting out one or two things in your life. And it's time for me to say I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving the opportunity to share a thing or two with you. I look forward to our next live stream. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com is making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.